All right, so this is the first one of these. Gonna try to start recording these at least once a week. But I need to talk about this movie. First thing I want to talk about is the first movie. I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it on DVD a month or two ago, and I felt like I missed out. I was like, oh, wow, this movie turned out to be really great. Super funny, super clever, and decently scary for like a horror movie, or at least a near horror movie. And then not that long ago, the trailers for Happy Death Day 2U, and I thought, oh, this is just dumb. This looks dumb. Why are they doing a sequel, and why is she redoing her day again? So I wasn't gonna see this movie. Didn't have any plans on seeing it. And then I was listening to a podcast. What? The Sincast. Listening to the Sincast. They mentioned it in passing. They also were like, had no plans on seeing it. And then I think one of them said that he saw it anyway on a whim, and that they took a different direction with it. And if you're interested in a horror movie doing something different with a sequel, it's one to check out. So I was like, all right, I like listening to these guys. I like their taste in movies. I'm going to trust it. I have AMC A-List. I can see it as one of my movies that I'd technically get for free. I see it, and about halfway into the movie, I realized something about it. One, he was right. They did go completely different with what genre the movie was in. They went from horror sci-fi to pretty much just a straight up sci-fi movie. This movie is the closest thing that we've seen, at least on the big screen, because you've seen it on the small screen, but on the big screen, of Flashpoint. It's the Flashpoint story. The fact that it's her mom who she's lost and won't see again if she changes dimensions. That blew me away. That when I sat there and I thought about it as I was watching it, this story seems familiar. I really like it. I wonder why I like it so much. It's because it's a story that I know. It's a story that I've seen. It's just not with a comic book character. It's just with this character from a different movie that I enjoyed. And it was great. Freaking Happy Death Day 2U turned out to be really great because it was basically a Flashpoint Paradox movie wrapped up, hidden behind a horror movie sequel. And that, I think, was just genius. Yeah, it turned out to be freaking amazing. The whole conceit of the Groundhog Day style movie has been something that I always enjoy. Always enjoy. In fact, I'm going to review another thing that I saw this weekend that was Groundhog Day style. So look out for that one too. But to open the movie with a different character going through what she went through, and you kind of see the setups of the things that are going to trigger him to know that he's in a repeat. Very simple way to start the movie, very clever, very enjoyable. And then to just flip it on its head 20 minutes later and say, you're not in a scary movie anymore. You are in a sci-fi movie. Buckle up and enjoy, or walk out the theater. Your choice. And I was in, 100% in. I was down. I loved what they did with this movie. I really enjoyed this movie. I think I liked it more than the first one. And that's probably because horror movies are never my favorite movies. I like them, but they never tend to become the favorites of mine. I am very sci-fi oriented, or very comic book oriented, and this kind of checked both boxes without even trying. I don't know if it was on purpose, but maybe it was. I think this is one of those movies that I really should not have judged it by the trailer. I should have just trusted the fact that I liked the first movie. Let's check out the second movie and let's see what they do with it. Give them the benefit of the doubt. I I didn't do that at first, but thank goodness for other podcasts that I listened to, because it got me to go see the movie and I really enjoyed it. I can't believe this, but if they found a way to do this, a Flashpoint Paradox movie with different characters, a different story, with a whole different intellectual property, I kind of would be interested to see other movies trying to do something like this as well. There are a lot of great stories in comic books that still aren't getting done by all these great comic book movies that we get. Like, we get a lot of great comic book movies, but there are some real weird deep dives in the comics that people don't get to see yet on the big screen. But I think if it was done like this, you just take the basic idea of that story and just transplant it onto something else, it could work out great. I don't know if they realize that that's what they did, but if you've seen this movie, go back and watch it and look at it through that lens. You can get a little ounce of enjoyment out of it if you are into comics and you know that. And I say go for it. Plus, movies aren't that expensive. Go to a matinee and see it for cheap. So that's what this episode was about. Catch you guys on the next one.